Hey everybody, what's going on? Oh my goodness, it's hot out here, but I love it. I love it. All right, so we are on vacation right now. Kind of like our second summer excursion. We did one on coastal Maine and in the Portland area, and now, hey Amber, and now we're in kind of like upper Maine, kind of more towards, in the woodsy area. So check this out. I got this over here, which is so pretty, right? And then we're at a really cool house. And then see on this, it's in front of me. See that? That's a hammock. You know it. See, it's just a really pretty, like just really quiet, in the middle of nowhere place. Little fire pit. So nice. So yeah, so this is where we're at. We're away from the beach for a week. Good morning, Miss Lori. And we're just hanging out until school starts. Then we're back to coastal New Hampshire. And I'm excited to go back because I love the beach and I love it. But let me tell you something. It's nice to be back in the woods for a little bit. It's kind of tempting. It's so quiet. It's absolutely beautiful. So, and there's a trampoline here. We're at an Airbnb. It's like there's a trampoline. There's plenty of places for the kids to play. It's just so nice. Hey, Tanya, good morning. It is gorgeous. So there's nothing, like there's at least 10 acres here. So it's completely quiet, totally back to nature, loving it so much. And yeah, so I'm sitting here, and did you all see that video I posted on my wall or my page from Jay Shetty? If you haven't seen this series, please go and watch it. It starts with a video that's called, I think, How to End Procrastination. So it's completely what you have no idea what the series is about when you first start. It's still going, right? The first video was called something about procrastination. Good morning, Noella. Something on how to stop procrastinating. And then the second video is, I forget what it's called, but then the third video I posted today, it's about, are you a root, a branch, or a leaf in someone's life? Or yes, Lori, he's amazing. I love Jay Shetty. If you don't, follow him on Facebook, check him out, because he does, I believe he's like a former monk, turned now back to back in the public circulation. He's doing a lot of motivational self-development videos, and they're great. I love the way he explains things, and his voice is so relaxing. I'm just like, you just go, but very cool. So this series is awesome because it just opened my eyes to so much about relationships, and it made me think. The idea is like, relationships are like the parts of a tree. So there's the leaves that are kind of only with you for a season. They go with the wind and they kind of blow away, and they're temporary. They come in and out of your life, and you don't know how long they're going to stay, and they just fall off and they blow away. Then there are the branches, and sometimes those are people that you think are going to be around, or you think are your real solid relationships. But then when something comes up that's major, something, you call on them for help, or they say they're there for you, they're one of your BFFs, but then when you do really need them, they're like branches, they break and they fall. And either they ghost you, or, they don't follow up on what they said. They don't keep their promises. And then there are the roots, and those are the ones that are going to be there for you through thick and thin, right? They're the ones that are, and we often think of that as family. Those who are going to, you can go through your dark side, your light side, you can have fights, you can have disagreements, you can have all sorts of things happen, and still they're going to be the ones that are there for you always. Like they're the most, with the unconditional love, that just no matter what, the relationship is top priority, and they stick with you, for life. And man, that just made me think so much about who are we. Who do we show up as in the relationship? Like not even just who are the branches and leaves and roots in my life, but who are we when we show up in these relationships? And that made me think a lot. Like I can remember, and it makes me a little sad, but I realize it's all in the lesson. Because if you think about it, the leaves, the branches, and the roots all come with their lessons and their gifts. Even if they're painful lessons, or even if they're painful in the beginning, there's always something to learn. Every single person in our life has value and has something to teach us, as we have something to teach them. And often it's usually not that obvious. We usually don't come and say, I'm here to teach you something, or you're here to teach me. It's usually in hindsight. We're like, okay. But so, I'm thinking of times when I was a branch to somebody. Or there were branches in my life. Like I remember well, let me start with the leaves. Here's some takeaways I had from this, and you can read it in my post, but I thought I would talk about it too because it's so just thought-provoking and awesome. That number one, the leaves, I remember that I used to get so hurt. Like if somebody was a leaf in my life, I would get like devastated. I would take it so personally. I would analyze it and overanalyze it and just get all caught up in the emotions. And now I realize that, sometimes that's just the way it is, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that anybody's wrong or bad. I'm like trying not to be distracted, but there's this huge blue dragonfly that keeps flying across. And yesterday when I was in the house coming out, it was hovering right at my eye level at the door. I opened the door and there it was hovering at my eye level. So I have a friend here, a blue dragonfly. So it's okay if they're leaves. It's okay sometimes if relationships only are in our lives for a season. And I used to feel guilty about being a leaf, right? Because either I felt like I wasn't being kind enough, or somehow I did something wrong, or something was wrong with me that I couldn't sustain the relationship, or why did that just fall apart? Like, what did I do? Or, you know what I'm saying? Just really, again, overanalyzing. And again, it's okay. Like, some people are meant to be in our lives for a season, and we are meant to be in their lives for a season. And there's always a lesson. Sometimes even that's a painful one. The ones that are quick flings, sometimes those are painful. Sometimes they're fun, right? So who knows? It's how we look at it. And so also for branches, man, I've been a branch to people, and I realized that I guess sometimes there's a lesson in that too. And it's not, but it made me aware of the fact that in the past, especially, I would get so caught up in my own blocks, in my own limiting beliefs, in my own miscommunications, misperceptions, that I couldn't always be there for somebody in the way that I wanted to. It was never out of no thanks, Chris, never out of mean intent. I never would do something deliberately to harm anyone, or I never was someone to gossip, okay? But I have been a branch. Like, I have said, yeah, I'm there for you. I'll be there. You just call. And then there were times when I wasn't. And it made me, almost like cry a little thinking about, wow, when I dropped the ball. But not just because either there was some petty drama, or because I just was so caught up, like I said, in my own shit, that I just couldn't. My cup was so full with my own usually perceived, like self-induced or perceived problems, that I couldn't empty my cup enough to help somebody else. I wasn't practicing my self-care. I wasn't setting boundaries. I wasn't dealing with my shadow work. I wasn't doing all these things. I wasn't protecting my energy. I wasn't looking at ways that I needed to grow. This is especially before I really became a rabid student of personal development. This is, even before this, I can notice that, especially in my life. Before I began this journey on personal development, I was probably a branch more often than I would have liked to have been. I don't want to ever be a branch, but you know what I'm saying? But sometimes we are. Sometimes it happens because that just says to us, you have some work to do, right? Not to beat ourselves up, not to say we're wrong or we're broken or we're bad. It's just, we have some reflecting to do. We have some pain to heal. We have some, we have to let some things out of our cup. We have to take care of ourselves more. Where are we putting our energy that perhaps doesn't need to be, when there are people who really need our energy and maybe even deserve our energy because they have been there for us? So wow, am I going to think of that? Wow, am I going to think of that? And then the roots. This is interesting too. I totally get what a root is, and I see that. And it made me wonder and really think sometimes if there were people in my life, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but there were some people who could have been roots, and I didn't let them be roots. I either pushed them away, or I wrongly assumed that they were branches or leaves when they were actually roots. And if I had nourished and watered that relationship, that root would have grown deeper and stronger. And instead I let it wither. And some people are no longer on this earth, and I can't get that back. I can't water that anymore. And then there are others who I just, wouldn't be able to get in touch with. So it's just something to think about. Like, are there people in your life who could be your roots, who you might be assuming are not, or not even thinking of it? Or are you, where can I be a better root in someone else's life? How can I be a better root? Yeah, so wasn't that crazy? I don't know if you guys just missed that because it said low network connection. Hey, everybody. It said low network connection, but I was just realizing that there were times in my life where people could have been the roots. People could have been the roots, and I didn't let them. I emotionally closed off from letting them be a root in my life, and really just, missed out on potential great relationships from that, right? They could have been the root, and didn't water it, didn't tend to it, didn't take care of it, and there it is. Right? So that, and then it made me think of family. My other point was like family, right? Sometimes the family, in theory, like we all say, are our roots. Like they're the ones who are going to love us no matter what. They're the ones who are going to be there no matter what. They're the ones we can always count on. And even when we, stumble and fall, they're going to be the ones to help us get back up, and they're going to be the ones to uplift us. I find that is mostly true, but there are some times when family relationships are super toxic. And right now, I actually parted ways with 2 family members, and it's really painful. For now, I don't plan on it being permanent, but for now, while I work on my own growth and strengthening up certain things and learning how to set better boundaries, that's the way it is, and it's hard. It's really hard. But I felt like it was really toxic, and it was, I don't know. You know what I mean? So anyone else feel that? Anyone else find that with some of your close relationships like that? Like it's really not, it's really difficult, or really it feels like it's, there's a lot of conflict, a lot of toxicity, somebody who drains your energy, somebody who maybe doesn't support you, who continuously puts you down or criticizes you. And I haven't, oh my gosh, somebody has the remote to my car. I don't know. I still haven't figured that out yet. I am not claiming, because I've done a lot of personal development work, that I figured everything out. That is so not the case. So not the case. I still have so much to do. I'll be forever a student of personal development. But this is something that I really, really want to work on. Being more mindful of my relationships. Who am I bringing into my life? Who do I have around me? Where am I putting my energy? Am I doing it proper? Am I putting energy into my roots instead of my branches and my leaves? Instead of worrying about the leaves and trying to gather up the leaves so they won't go away. Sometimes that's okay. They're meant to be with us for a season. That's okay. We don't have to worry, try to stop the wind from blowing them away. Sometimes that's the way nature intends. Yes, just like nature does. The branches. Sometimes we put too much into our branches, the ones who say they're going to be there, even though maybe we know that's not always true. We make excuses, or we make what am I, the word I'm looking for? We kind of just, and I don't even remember the word I'm looking for, but kind of like we make things okay. We just overlook a lot of things. And then we're forgetting about our roots. We're not tending and watering to the ones who will be there, So, people are in trouble. So anyways, so that's what I'm really going to work on. Putting the energy where it needs to be, and then being the root, like being the person that I want to show up as in relationships, and even in business as a leader, right? I mean, maybe we're not a root in someone's life, meaning a forever friend or like a close family member, but you can be as close as you can as to a root for your team, for your business, for your tribe, right? Like you want to love on your tribe. You want them to be the roots in your business. I feel like you can easily translate this to business. There are leaves in your business, people who are going to come on your team, and they're going to not stick around. They're going to be the branches who say they're going to stick around. They're there to be on fire. They're there to kick ass and take names, and they're going to be your top dog. And then they grow away. Or when there's a hiccup in the business, or something changes in your business, they freak out and they run off. Or there's going to be the roots that stick with you. Right now, I am so blessed to be part of a network marketing company that hasn't launched yet. We're launching in November. And we're a personal development network marketing company. That's what we do. We provide this material and these resources for people to grow, work on themselves, their hearts and souls, and live their best life. And that's what we do. And we're kind of like a startup. It's a startup environment. There's, some ups, some downs, some peaks and valleys, some things that change and things that are like fluid right now. And I think it's fun. That's the way I see it. And I think it's exciting. And so I'm in it for the long-term vision, but there are some who right now feel it's more of a branch thing. Like it's very unsettling. It's like not the time. It doesn't feel right. And so they might break at the time, and that's okay. Like it's not, there's no judgment in any of this. This is not good, bad, right, wrong. This is all what you feel is right for you, what feels in alignment. But our business relationships are just like that. There are going to be some who just, are there for a while and break off. There are going to be some who are roots, and some you won't expect. Some of your people, you'll pour into them. They'll be your leaders in your business with you. You will pour into those roots, and they will grow and thrive and flourish into their own kick-ass solid trees. Some people, and as a leader, I feel like we should treat everyone like a root, right? Water it and tend to it like it's a root. And the ones who will grow into the different parts will show themselves as they go along. And again, this is not a criticism. It's what people are meant to do, what people are ready to do, and what people are meant to do. Some are meant to be your leaves. And as you pour into them as roots, some only will grow they'll only get to the place where they're leaves. And that's just, it's what it is. Or some will be those branches. They'll grow for a while and they may break off. And then there'll be those roots. So I always suggest, as a leader, treat everybody like a root, because you want people around you to grow and thrive, and probably even in your personal life, right? You want people to grow and thrive with you and be on this journey. So why not treat everybody like a root and give all the value that you can and watch people grow, watch yourself grow. When your life grows into a beautiful, solid tree with all of the different things, that's life. That's the beauty of life. It's the beauty of how things work. So I don't know. That's just kind of my musings for today. And if you find that in your life, like I would suggest looking at those videos, looking at that series, really thinking about your own relationships and committing to being mindful. If you're in business and you have a tribe, are you the one that's watering all those roots? Water them like they're roots in the beginning. Everyone who comes on to your tribe, love them hard. And there are some who are going to grow into those solid roots, and they're going to grow their own trees. And I'm telling you, that's like the most rewarding, fulfilling thing in the world, is to watch somebody grow into that tree, right? There'll be some that'll break off like a branch. There'll be some that'll blow away like the leaves, and they're with you for a season. And it's okay. All of it is okay. All of it is okay. Just like in nature, the branches on the trees aren't wrong. The leaves on the trees aren't wrong. The leaves are supposed to be leaves and do what they do. The branches are supposed to be branches, and some are made stronger than others. Some are meant to stay on the tree, and some are meant to fall to the ground and regenerate into something else. It's all okay. And some are meant to be those roots and grow into these powerful trees that give oxygen to others, and just continue the cycle of life. It's freaking awesome, right? So much gratitude, and just so much wisdom on a Sunday. Those video series, Jay Shetty, check them out. Look at the video series. It starts about procrastination. You would never think it's about relationships. The first video is about procrastinating, and then it builds into this beautiful story with some really painful, tough moments in it about how our relationships can show up in our lives and how we show up. It's freaking thought-provoking. So that's it for today. If you all want, by the way, I mentioned my company that I'm working with. If you want to know more about that, that's my Project Soulshine Tribe, okay? And you want to come to a place where we will water you and pour into you and help you grow those roots, right? So you can figure out what your tree looks like, right? Let me know. Comment below or message me. Now's the time. And by the way, I have something special in it for those who are coming onto the tribe with me right now. So talk to me. There are 2 options. They're both great. And then there's a little extra something. So talk to me about that. And also, we're going to have our subscription model coming out soon. All our personal development courses that we've created, or that my partner company has created. I say we because I adore them, like they're part of me. So that we've created, and the ones that we're licensing that are already done by people you probably know. And we're going to have them available to you just like a subscription style platform. And it's awesome. And you get to be in a group coaching program with me for $22 a month. I mean, come on, how fun is that? So we'll sit and have chats just like this. So anyways, think about that. If you're interested, you can say Project Soulshine in a comment below. You can message me, or you can drop an emoji if typing is just too much for a Sunday. You're just like, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I'm just leaving you an emoji. But anyways, and if you want an angel card reading from me every morning, one card reading, go to jenrapinian.com and put your name and email in, and you can get an archangel message every day, because why shouldn't we start the day with divine inspiration? Of course we should. So jenrapinian.com. All right, well, I will see you all soon on the next one. Take care and have a very blessed Sunday. Love you all.